sexual healing was not her problem, you know. Her problem is nothing to do with sexual problem. Her problem is only a temporary problem of stress. If it is a problem of sexual, then I will talk about sexual healing. But sexual healing is also a little bit too far-fetched. You know, I think it's a little bit, how would I say, they like to make some money. And so I create a problem for you. And then I do some Reiki for you. Then I do this, I do that, I do this, because you don't understand. Not you, but the general public don't understand what is the reality of the problem. Yeah. But that is the one we are talking about as fragmented outlook. You know, when you look at yourself only sexually or emotionally or mentally, that's what what do you call, psychologists, scientists call it the fragmented look, the reductionist attitude towards things. So Tantrics don't see this way. Tantrics see you as a complete person, you know. So then we try to bring you back, say you become depressed, say you become unhappy. And this unhappiness has different levels, different degrees. Sometimes it becomes neurosis, sometimes it becomes sexual problem, sometimes it's become even some other problem, you know. So what the Tantrics will say, they will slowly bring you out of these problems. They will try to move you by talking to you. You know, because Tantra is an oral tradition, and there are two forms of orality in Tantra I was explaining long ago. One is we have therapy by talking, and the other one is actually the orality of Om, which you study the Paratrishika. You know, that is the oral thing that you are from Om, Para, you know, Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikari, you know, and the three goddesses Para, Apara, and Apara. So that is how Tantrics will look at you, as the complete expression of these goddesses. Yeah? So we won't say you got a sexual problem. We won't say you got this problem. We won't say you got a liver problem. Instead of saying like that, we look the other way around. You're a complete person, and why is it not functioning at this present moment? You know, so then we will say, okay, maybe you're going through stress at this moment. Maybe it is hypertension. Many years of going through stress causes these problems, maybe. So we'll remove the environment. We will change the environment for you. You know, we don't go into this magical, you know, operation of, you know, la la li li lu lu. You know, we don't do that. Tantrics don't do that. Dalai Lama doesn't do that. You see, Dalai Lama doesn't have even a place for you to go and do that. There is somebody there who's doing the Tibetan medicine. It's called Mensikyang, the place. But they are doing separately from the Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama will never talk about healing, because he also is a Buddhist Tantric, so he will see you as a complete person. You know? So this technique-oriented thing is actually not from the ancient cultures. Not from any one of the ancient cultures. It's a very modern issue, you know, modern way of looking at it. And that is why Dr. Fritjof Capra has wrote that book, The Tao of Physics and the Turning Point, where he calls it the reductionist problem. We reduce everything to cells. We reduce everything to atoms. We look at it, everything as bits. We never know what the whole thing is. We never look at it as the divine, the God, the Brahman. We don't see that way. We see only particles. So he calls it the reductionist attitude. And then David Bohm, which is another scientist, he calls it as regression. No, not regression. What I was just talking, I forgot. You know, it's similar. Fragmentation. He calls it fragmented. Yeah. So what they are trying to say is that this has been our problem, a cultural problem for us for the last 200 years maybe. We are looking at it this way. Before that, we never looked at it this way. The whole world didn't look at it this way. It's a modern problem because we didn't understand the ancient world. We didn't understand the ancient culture. The ancient culture is saying something very beautiful. You know, it's not about making money out of you. It's about looking at you as a divine being. And you believe in the, the collective consciousness, which our uncle Carl Jung is talking about, so cleverly, the collective consciousness. Yeah, from the collective consciousness we can heal you, no? If everybody around you is happy, you are happy. If everybody around you is angry, you are also angry. So the healing process can be taken as a community process. It can be taken as a collective process, healing process. So then we look at it from different perspective. And the tantrics heal you this way. They change your location for you. They change what is immediately affecting you. That's how they will change it. So most of the problems are not related to most people. It's only related this problem. For example, according to psychology, only like 2 to 10% of people have physical sexual problem. 2%. The rest, 98%, is mental problem. Psychology, I'm not talking about it. You go and check the books written by Masters and Johnson. They were doing a lot of research. Alfred Charles Kinsey, Masters and Johnsons, they were doing a lot of research. And they are the grandfathers of this form of looking at it, sexual healing. These two guys. Masters and Johnson is 2 of them, husband and wife. So all 3 created this idea of sexual healing. But they themselves are saying 90 to 98% of people don't have physical problem. It's psychosomatic problem. Stress-induced problem. Hypertension is problem. So then, how to get rid of it? You got to meditate a lot. Take all the drama out of our head and realize that we are beyond drama. It's hard. It's easy for me to talk. Hard for a human being to achieve it. But there is no medicine in the Western medicine for sexual problem. They bullshit. That is why Tantra became very famous, because they cannot offer you a healing. Conventional medicine doesn't give you any healing. Because you come to healing, then we go into bandha, pranayama, asana, many things. So the conventional medicine has no medicine, no drug for sexual issue. So therefore came a lot of side business, like New Age, a lot of how do I say, quasi-scientist medicine. So they were starting to say like blah 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 blah, and so it's a sad world when somebody else is suffering. I make just money out of it. It's not nice. It's not nice. I'd rather be straightforward, honest, and share the real knowledge. But the real knowledge, then you are doing it every day anyway. The yoga, the bandha, the pranayama. That's how we heal you completely. So we don't look at your sexual problem or your emotional problem or your mother and father fighting in your head. Not you, the modern world and the crisis. The father and mother quarreling inside. When they're doing shavasana, mother is saying something, father is saying something, and they complain to me. So, but what I see is this child needs to honor herself or himself, empower oneself, rather than be frightened of the mother and father at the age of 55. You're frightened of the mother and father at the age of 2, I can understand. 55, you're still frightened of your mother and father, I cannot understand. I really cannot understand. So I'm saying, like, drop that fear And then you will realize who you are. It's a realization. It's not something like I think about it. You have to realize it. Then life changes. Then, of course, in the Tantra world, we look at prana, or chi in Chinese language, or ki in Japanese, and we alter this. The process of altering is through, in the Indian world, is yoga, bandha, pranayama, meditation, like this. In the Kung Fu world also similar, but they do Kung Fu. But nowadays Kung Fu fighters are so busy wanting to become Bruce Lee, they forget the science. So then we have so many issues, can be done through so many ways. Medicine, herbs, healings are many. But the processes are complex to learn. You can, but you have to understand Ayurveda or Chinese medicine or Japanese medicine.